Most people stop at failure, okay? We've all failed at things. I'm gonna continue to fail at stuff, right? It's the most powerful tool you can use, but it all depends on how you use it.
What would your future be like if you decided to want that which you desire so strongly that it prepares you past your fears? That you experience the fear, as the one book says, feel the fear and do it anyway.
Life is 10% what happens to you, is 90% what you do about it. No matter who you are, no matter where you are in life, you can take the lid off of your job. And if you're wondering if you still have the lid on in your life, here are some clues that's gonna let you know that the lid is still on. If you're not excited about waking up in the morning, if you're sitting around bored out of your mind, if you got time to do everything anybody asks you to do, you probably got the lid on. If when you tell your dreams to all your friends, it makes sense to them, you got your lid on, man. Your dreams should not make sense to everybody. You got to say something that make people go, how you gonna do that? That's when you got the lid off. And if I were you, I'd do that. I'd take the lid off. Makes sense to me, don't it?
They're always going to get ready to get set to get going. What we've got to do is, boom, just like that, move into action.
Every time you remember your dream, you're removing some dirt. You're digging it back out. The true mark of a champion is even though some dirt gets thrown on your dream, instead of letting it get buried, you keep shaking it off. You keep moving forward. You keep looking for a new opportunity. You wouldn't be having that opposition if you didn't have something great in you. If your dream wasn't alive and on track, right on schedule to come to pass, you wouldn't have so many things coming against you. That dream is still alive. You may have tried a year ago, 5 years ago, or 40 years ago. Didn't work out. Nobody was there to help you. Go back and try again. This is your time. This is your moment. Your destiny is calling out to you. Can I tell you, your dream is not dead. It's just not in season. Your time is coming. Promotion is coming. Good breaks are coming. Promises you've been standing on. Dreams you've been praying about. Lack is not your destiny. Constantly struggling, barely getting by is not the end of your story. These light afflictions are for a moment. The adversity is temporary. The glory is eternal. Lord, I believe this is my year to get healthy and whole. This is my year to meet the people of my dreams. This is my year to go further in my career, to step into a new level of my destiny. This is my year to accomplish dreams, to break free from this depression. This is my year to meet the right people. This is my year to get healthy and whole. This is your year to see double. This is your year for vindication, for restoration, for new beginnings. Now get your mind going in the right direction.
Here's the secret. The people that do the most with their lives, the people that seem the most self-assured, the ones that seem to embody confidence, the ones that seem to define confidence, they're the ones that had to face down the most fear. They simply didn't linger in it.
Don't hate your competitors. Respect your competitors. Learn from him.
I had a very important person in my life come to me and say, who's your hero? And I said, I don't know, I got to think about that. Give me a couple of weeks. I said, I thought about it. You know who it is? I said, it's me in 10 years. So I turned 25 10 years later. That same person comes to me and goes, so are you a hero? And I was like, not even close. She said, why? I said, because my hero is me at 35. So you see, every day, every week, every month, and every year of my life, my hero is always 10 years away. I'm never going to be a hero. I'm not going to attain that. I know I'm not. And that's just fine with me because that keeps me with somebody to keep on chasing.
That's the thing. Success and failure are generally slow processes. Either slowly building things up or gradually tearing them down. And that's why I say you've got to pay attention. you have to watch. You have to watch every single second.
Choose love, and don't ever let fear turn you against your playful heart.
I believe in manifestation. I believe in putting a rocket of desire out into the universe, and you get it when you believe it. You get it when you believe you have it, and that's the key.
So we want to get really sensitized, acutely sensitized, sensory acuity, to whether what we're doing is working or not. And by the way, sensory acuity is really the measure of a person's intelligence. What I mean by that is, how do we measure intelligence? Intelligence is a measure of the number and quality of distinctions you have in a given situation.
You can handle this, you just haven't figured it out yet. It's all right, this is your training period. This is the tuition you have to pay for what you don't know. You can do this, other people have done it. It doesn't take an Einstein. Get you some people that can teach you some stuff that you don't know. Get you some people that have done it successfully and learn from them. Take some seminars, workshops, read some books on how to manage a business. Change the way you see yourself and begin to tend to the personal details. Understand that nobody's going to take care of your business better than you.
You will notice the most successful people in any field, they are usually the ones who have failed more than anybody else. You see the difference between a successful person and everyone else? It's not a lack of strength. It's not a lack of knowledge. It's a lack of will.
It's up to you. In a world where we're taught to look outside for answers, for a job that will make us happy, for money that will make us happy, that answer is within. We already have it. We already have the answer, but will we unleash it? Will we give it? Will we own it? Will we truly reinvent ourselves to become the people that we're capable of becoming?
The bow too tightly strung is easily broken, says one of the proverbs. Balance is a gorgeous thing. So be monomaniacal in your execution around your high-value targets, your HVTs, your mission plan, but also build in some rewards. And that's going to send a gorgeous message to your conscious and your subconscious mind that, hey, this daily practice of execution around my deliverables is a beautiful thing. And you create this thing called momentum. And the monk who sold his Ferrari, I went back and I saw this recently. I think there's a whole chapter on momentum. And you become like this. I love skiing. You start off small, but as you go down the slope, you pick up momentum. A lot of people say, Robin, where do I start? I want to start a new business. I want to become a better artist. I want to find the love of my life. I want to be a world-class creative. I want to multiply my financial life. Where do I start? You just start. You just start. There's great power in the start. And when you start, life starts supporting you.
Well, God wants us all to be courageous because He knows we'll face times in life and situations and circumstances that it takes more than just a desire. It takes courage. Many people operate on the basis of fear, on the basis of what other people think. We as believers should operate on the basis of courage. Courage to say no when we ought to say no. Courage to say yes when we should say yes. So what kind of courage do you have? Is yours sort of floating between depending on the situation? Or do you know the difference between right and wrong for your life? And you've made up your mind.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody. Welcome to Launch Ads Live Q&A. Nita and Wayne, thanks for being here. So we are ready to do question and answer for how to use launch ads to run your ads, to build your business. Let's talk about it. And Wayne and Nita, I'm going to need you to drive the vehicle because it's a question comes first and then the answer. So if either of you has a question, unmute and let me know. Otherwise, it's me sitting here looking at your name and hanging out with you. And Lee Gray has entered the room. Lee, I think it's been 100 years.
Okay.
If you're the same Lee Gray that I knew 100 years ago.
Well, Kevin, in Launch Ads, is that where we do like the split test, things like that?
Well, yes and no. I mean, the split test is going to be split testing on your ads. So it's not split testing on landing pages or things like that. You're going to split test. Launch Ads does the split testing for you for your ads.
Okay. I was just curious.
Yeah. All right. I got a chat here. Hey, Kevin, it's me. Oh, no, Mike. Okay. Hey, Lee, if you got a question, pop it in here real quick or let me know what would be helpful for you related to Launch Ads. And Wayne, you're welcome to unmute or chat either way. And I will do my best to keep up with both.
Well, basically, Kevin, I'm here just for additional knowledge. I don't know what to ask, so I'm going to depend on the other two to help me out.
Ask the right questions.
Exactly.
I'm just running. I didn't look before the call. I'm just checking to see if we've got any updates in the help area. I don't see anything new. I did find a couple of new things that they're not new, but they're a return to the way things used to work. So I can point those out for anybody who's using it and may have gotten lost, like I did actually a few weeks ago when we changed the user interface. But as soon as I start sharing screen, then I can't watch the chat. So I'm just going to wait a little bit. We'll have a few more people join us here also in a minute or two. Lee and Wayne, are you using Launch Ads? Have you run any ads with it? If so, tell us a little bit about what you've done. If not, that's fine. Nita, I know you haven't run any ads, right?
I have not.
Lee, trying to get up to speed with GHL. Yeah, training material. That's a great point. Inside of LaunchCart, I don't know if you have the LaunchCart CRM, which is the high level white label. If you do, there are training. Okay, there are some training lessons in there. Honestly, I think they're kind of very broad overview, and they might be a little bit outdated at this point. But I'll show you where they are. Launch Academy, and then we have a list of courses. Let's see what we got here. I'm in a customer's account, not mine, so we'll see what shows up here. So far, nothing. There we go. LaunchCart POD, LaunchCart CRM training, and LaunchCart CRM welcome. Again, I don't think those are going to give you a lot of detail. Some of you, Lee, I don't know if you spent too much time in my course with Groove, but it tended to be more step-by-step how-to. I don't think this is going to be as much that way. I have been using High Level for a little over a year. There are really good YouTube, Google a question. But as far as step-by-step tutorials, I think it's still, honestly, unless somebody knows something that I haven't found, I think it's lacking, which is why I'm building some. And going to be offering a couple of new courses, hopefully in the next couple of weeks, that are going to be very much step-by-step. So it would be interesting to talk to you, Lee, to say, if you're starting out, you said get your funnel set up. What I plan to do for my first course is how to sell your course in 20 steps to sell your course with High Level. And it's a duplication of what I did with Groove, but it's going to be, from start to finish, every piece you need to do to put together to build that funnel to get it functioning. And hopefully I'm going to offer that course as a free course. So other than that, I'm not great as far as resources because I am myself figuring it out, but I've done a lot of work in it especially the last 6 months. We've moved quite a few people from Groove to High Level, and they are very happy, as you might imagine. Enough about that. You know what I mean, Anita? That's enough about that. We're just going to keep talking about launch ads and the CRM and launch ads and launch cart and just keep moving. Let me do this. I've been getting by with YouTube searches, but some things can be painful. That's quite a topic. Yeah. It's a topic we're going to move on from today. Yeah. Lee, I think one of the things that can be painful is again, just sort of, I think it's the same thing we ran into when we were learning how to use Groove. Maybe it's the same with any of these all-in-one kind of platforms, but sort of it's figuring out, like when you want to sell a product on a page, you link the product to the page, you don't put it on the checkout. And so your checkout looks like it doesn't have any products on it, but when you look at the page, it actually does. It's things like that I think can feel overwhelming if you don't remember how to put them together piece by piece. Let's do this. I'm going to, let's see. Well, first of all, I'm going to hang out only if we actually have questions. If we don't have questions, we'll end the call for the day because I don't want to just put stuff out there that's not helpful.
I do understand that.
Last week I did I think a complete run through of how to launch, how to set up your business information, how to get your products and pages, Lee. Yeah, interesting, isn't it? That would be one that I might know would be confusing. It's still, I actually am working with a customer in Business Builders. I have a coaching program, and we were working on her site yesterday, and it's even more complex when you start selling courses as offers and memberships and groups, and where the price point comes from, and how it can get even more complex. So, all right. So I was saying that in launch ads last week, I did a full walkthrough from putting your business information in, connecting your Facebook ads account or whatever ads account you're going to be using, launching an ad with images, images that you've created, images that Launch Ads creates, letting Launch Ads create your copy for you and create all these combinations of ad you're targeting, stepped from the very beginning to the very end of launching your first ad. So if anybody wants that, I recommend going and watching the YouTube video from last week. It's on there so that we don't do that every time. So we'll say that instead of doing a demo again this week, I think it's been 1 week and it's very up to date. So that would be, if you want to see a pretty quick walkthrough of you just got your account, now what? So I would recommend. It's on the YouTube channel, on the Launch Cart YouTube channel. Let's see, youtube.com/launchcart. And you can go look at the live videos and you'll see all of the weekly Q&A. I'm going to put it in the chat here. Jerome, welcome. I'm literally just sitting here waiting for a good question. So I'm just vamping. And Lee's chatting, and we're talking about using the CRM and High Level and things like that. But I'm looking for a launch ads question. So Jerome, if you've got one, you're on, man. Lee, let me ask you this. Are you selling so the product you're selling right now, is it a course or is it still the the same thing you were selling before, which I don't even know if I'll describe it well, but it's kind of a digital product or an app or something like that. Maybe a subscription, actually. I forget. It's been a while. Trade Unafraid. I do know that. I do know that's your brand. Well, at least it was. Trade Unafraid. There you go. I got it. I got it in just before you it hit the chat. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Jerome, not at the moment. Working on 2 others. Gotcha. You know, Greg and I have been talking about doing another Q&A weekly, and I would actually love to do this. And give me a thumbs up or thumbs down on this one, but I'd love to do a Q&A weekly just for the CRM, just for the high level part of LaunchCart. And if that's something that anybody would be interested in, just a Q&A, again, come with your questions. We'll look at it. And it's what I used, and well, I still do it with Groove, with my Groove Academy, and I do it in my business builders for my community, but I haven't done it here in Greg's community yet. So yeah, definitely interested in that. All right. I'll talk to Greg more about that. I think he's back from Peru. He was gone for a while. So I think that would be good to do Launch Ads live and CRM live. And I don't know, maybe there should be a LaunchCart live, which is for people building stores with LaunchCart. So pretty interesting. We could have 3 or 4 Q&As a week, which would be fantastic for all of you that are customers. So Jerome has no questions at the moment. This is going to be the easiest Q&A I've ever done. I hang out for a little bit longer just in case somebody shows up. But yeah, we won't hold everybody here. I don't know about you, but I got stuff I could work on.
I agree.
I got to go build that course, Lee. I got to build that 20 steps to sell your course with high level. I got to get that done. I think if I can get that done well, I will. Oh yeah, Lee, show me your pages. Sure, why not? I'm sorry you don't have a mic also. Lee, try this. Try getting onto the call with your phone and just use that for your mic. Lock and roll. I get it. Lock and roll. Lock and roll. All right. And I'm going to share screen so everybody can see what I'm looking at here. So this is great. This is a landing page. I didn't say call Nita.
No.
Oh, sorry. I'm having a little too much fun. Okay. So I got on here to lock and roll. Trading. Make your money work a real job. Okay. We got a little chart there. So we see positive growth. Your money belongs in a sweatshop, working like a dog every day. All right. Procedures over prognostication. Trading without trading. Let me ask you this, Lee. Did you use any of the templates for this? It doesn't look like maybe you did. Maybe you did. And I'll tell you why I don't think you did is because for me, right offhand, this content going all the way to the edge of my page, I don't like it. It doesn't give me any breathing room. And I would prefer, again, this could be just me, but I'd prefer, you see over here on the left by this green chart where you got 1.5 inches of space. I would prefer that on both sides. It just makes me, it's easier to read. And I'll tell you partially why that is. If I open this up to full screen on my desktop, it's like way over on the right. Now we do have some space over on the right there, but we don't have space on the text. So anyhow, that's just a quick comment, and I can't see your chat if you're chatting with me, but I'll just raise my questions and then
I think, can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can.
All right. I had to update the app on my phone. So
oh, nice. But you're here. Okay.
Yeah. Thank you for your patience. Yeah. So, I wanted you to take a look, but I wasn't even sure what I wanted to accomplish.
Yeah.
But just to answer your question, this did come from a template. That's where these things at the bottom are. I haven't finished.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not a designer, and
Right.
you know,
Right.
so I'm just trying to do the best I can getting the message across.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. I mean, I struggle with Groove the same as
Yeah. Yeah.
ClickFunnels and Go High Level. So yeah.
Well, no, I mean, because the truth is, you're right. Because I'm not a designer either. That's why I hired designers to build sites for me now. But I have built some things using the templates in High Level, and I did some a little bit in Groove. But ultimately, you kind of always end up with these places where what you're doing doesn't exactly fit the template, and so you're trying to figure out, how do I make mine fit the template?
Right.
It can be a little difficult. So yeah, it would be interesting to actually see this in the builder. And again, if I get in trouble, okay, so here's the deal, guys. If anybody is on this call and you have a launch ads question, interrupt everything I'm saying right now. But and if I get in trouble with Greg because I did a CRM Q&A because there were no launch ads unit, you all need to vouch for me that I wasn't I wasn't going off script myself. I just was trying to help somebody.
We dragged you there.
Yeah. Trade. So what's your are you in the CRM?
You mean, am I logged in at the moment?
No. Oh, there, Lee Grays. I found your account. Do you mind if I go in and look at your site directly?
No, go ahead.
All right, let's do that, because it's a much better way, and I'll get in there before lock and roll trading. I assume that, and it's a funnel.
Well, we're actually looking at the site at the moment. There is a funnel under development as well.
All right, let's do the lock and roll trading site, and then I'll share this tab instead. All right, so here's your home page. So let me just play around a little bit with it, since that's what we're doing. And I can't see, when I'm looking at this, I can't see the meeting screen. So Nita and Lee, you got to be my eyes and ears in there, that if somebody pops in, we make sure we give them a chance to ask a question. All right. So let's see. Yeah. What's this? Oh, that's interesting. What's this?
Yeah, I don't know. I followed some advice about how to create what they call an eyebrow. And for some reason, the CSS appears. It's very annoying. It doesn't appear on the screen, but it appears in the builder.
So what is that? That's right on how it works, how the Smooth Equity Engine works. Is that what we're actually seeing there?
The little words, how it works at the top, are visible on the page. But
so what's the purpose of the CSS or whatever it is?
It was to make the eyebrow appear as an eyebrow, and eyebrow was a term that I was not familiar with.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm going to skip that because I don't know what that is.
Yeah.
Oh, and see, you got it over here as well.
Right.
Yeah, I have no idea what that is.
Yeah, it was a complete surprise that when I,
how did you like? You don't know what eyebrow is? Sorry, guys, I don't know it either.
Well, an eyebrow is like a small phrase that you put above a headline. So like flagship strategy goes above the headline below that paragraph. And so there was special CSS to make it appear that way. And when I didn't put in that much CSS, I don't know where that came from, but I put in a little bit, and then this whole thing appeared.
Yeah, this is really, really strange. I've never seen anything like that.
Yeah.
All right, I want to see something here. Okay, so you do have it set up so that the content is stretching to the whole width of the page.
Yeah, well, the reason that the images are so hard to see, that I tried to make it wide enough that you could at least read something on there. So yeah, I understand what you're saying.
Yeah. Yeah, and it could be that eyebrow thing you're doing is what is what's causing some of the, like, for example, when we're looking at the live page, this is what I noticed. The crude oil, whoops, I didn't mean to move it. The crude oil opened 9:12. Whoops, I did move it again. Dude. You know, I just found something out. I thought you had to grab these things by this to move them, but apparently you can just grab them and move them. I did not know.
Yes. Yeah, I've run into that accidentally. Like
I've never actually. So look at me. I'm learning.
Well,
How this
if
works.
your goal is to highlight some text and
Yeah.
you're over a paragraph, you'll drag the paragraph instead of, so you got to click inside it. Then you can.
Yeah. That's kind of normal on builders, I think. But
Yeah.
okay, so what I noticed was though that this was that's 100%. This one is 100%. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I just think for me, I mean, you know, I like these. I don't know. It looks like maybe these are the ones that you've used, these pre-built sections.
Yeah, that came from the template.
Yeah, these are, if you want to build a quick site, these are great for just put stuff in. So if your images are part of your issue, aren't they? It'd be nice. So what would be nice on your site is if you could click on it and have it zoom in and open up.
I actually created that. I think it's on this page that there's pop-ups that if you click on the image, then the pop-up appears.
I think down later you had a thing that said.
Yeah, I also added I think it's carousel at the bottom to zoom. Yeah, right there. Yeah.
Yeah, so you created a pop-up that open. Oh no, it's a carousel. I see.
Well, there's both, because up at the top, those two images, I think I put pop-ups on those.
So you just
so if you click that, I think
those don't have pop-ups on them.
Well,
No.
Oh, are you on the page? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You know what?
Yeah,
I think
I'm
I'm thinking of the funnel, not
gotcha.
not the site.
Yeah. So what about things working? There we go. How does it work?
This is a chart of crude oil futures, and
what
you
that
can't
starts
see
playing.
here
That's you.
is
That's
our trades.
you
and
talking
because
all of a
we need
sudden.
to-
How did we get that?
Well, there's a video up there, but I don't know.
I
It
thought
seems like
you were
clicking that button started the video playing.
this one. Here?
zoom
Oh yeah, it's this one right here. I clicked this one.
out a bit so that you can
Okay,
see
so this is a video, and when I zoomed past
trades
it,
that have been
it
placed.
put it down here
using-
in the
Gotcha. Okay.
little-
So it wasn't clicking the button that started the video.
Well, no, actually,
scalping from a distance.
right. Exactly. It wasn't clicking the button.
So
I
this is
apparently
why-
clicked it before.
Okay.
So,
Well-
Kevin, I have a question.
Yeah. Is it a
There's
launch ads question?
Yes.
Okay.
So, should we stay away from a particular template? Because I agree with Lee, you know, from Groove, and I haven't done this yet, but the templates aren't all that friendly to me.
Oh no, I definitely wouldn't. You don't need to stay away from templates in high level. I would.
Okay.
Yeah, and they have full website templates. So when you go to create a site or create a funnel, they definitely have. And they also have. I have a customer that just started using the AI to build her funnels, and she's built, a couple of real simple funnels, landing page and thank you page with AI from within. It's somewhat limited, I think, right now, but it's going to increase. But I would definitely check out the templates. Here's my issue with templates. Honestly, I'm too lazy to go through the whole thing and change everything and delete everything I don't want. And I end up just like deleting most of it anyhow and starting over with it. But in Groove, I did not use the templates because there was a builder issue with it. That we don't have that issue. I haven't found that issue here in high level.
Can you explain what you were saying about the AI building?
Yeah. I'll show you. Let's see. Let's go in here. Let's see. I'm in your account right now. Unsave changes. Certainly, I do not want to save changes. Let's say we want to do a funnel, and we want to do a new funnel, and we're going to do funnel using AI. So we're going to do stock trading. I don't even know if that's one of the industries. Livestock, stockbroker, stock exchange. We'll say stockbroker. See what happens. Okay, by the way, you see you got 5 of 5 free funnels remaining. You'll be charged $1.04 after 5 free generations. So I don't know if I can handle $1 or not. Business 2. I want to generate leads. This should feel professional. Generate. So if you have your brand board set up and you have everything, it should kind of take your brand, I believe, and I'll show you what it creates.
That 21% is a big one.
It took a while to get that one. Not all percentages are equal.
That's right.
We got the same deal on 70. All right, so let's see what we got. And you all saw what it did. I clicked a couple things, put a couple things in, and boom, there's my funnel. Maximize your investments with expert stock trading guidance. So it generated some copy. Here's an image of money that's grown on a tree or something, I guess. Customized stock trading plans, advanced trading formats. I like this, little sections that are very clear and easy to read. You got a stock market thing in the background there. Spot for testimonials and FAQs.
Nice. So it's basically just another template, but it's a little bit closer to what you're after.
Yeah, it kind of generated it on the fly. This is interesting. I'm not sure what this is back here. This looks almost like I'm building a store. Yeah, I'm building a store for a textile.
Right.
It almost looks like it found some information back from that. But yeah, so it gets you started. And so one of my coaching clients, she does events for what is it, like Reiki kind of therapy kind of things, and she had an event coming up, and she had been building her own, and she tried this one time and she went, I will never build my own again, because she's not a designer either. And it just looked so much better than anything that she had come up with herself to that point. So yeah, so that's a cool.
I missed the beginning. Where did you click to get to the wizard?
Okay, let's say okay. Yeah, basically anytime when you're in funnels or websites or stores or anywhere, when you click new funnel, the middle one should be funnel AI. Now that funnel AI probably is. I suppose it could be limited. I suppose not everybody has it, but I think you do, just because. I'll just go, if you don't mind, Lee. There, Danita, yours is right up at the top as well. I'll just do new funnel. Yeah, you have it as well.
Okay.
So it's right there. Yep. Yeah, and then the other thing would be just using a template. So let's do the same thing with a funnel. We'll do a new funnel from template, and this is just like piles and piles of options.
Yeah, this is what I did.
Okay.
I started here. And so what I ended up doing is actually creating I brought in like 4 pages from a template, and then I copied that page into a different project.
Right. Yeah, you can duplicate a page into a different site or funnel or anything like that. Apparently, these are all okay. There we go. So, stock trading coach, claim your financial investor. I kind of like that dark one. Let's have a look at it. So it's kind of cool. But again, it will, if you have yours is kind of image heavy and illustration heavy on the front page, that might not work. And what I also have found, this is actually, I've also found this with templates here that I found with Groove and even other builders, and that is I tend to look for the color, not the style, not the content, because ultimately I'm going to write my own content. That I can do, me and ChatGPT or whatever, AI I'm using these days. I can write the copy, but as far as the design, I kind of look for, I like that design. I don't care if it's selling toothpicks or beauty products or whatever. What matters more to me is, do I like the design? Like this one here might be kind of like your style, Lee. This is an immigration attorney, right? So I wouldn't pick this one for the content, but I might like, the way it's laid out.
Yeah.
So anyhow, well, we've hit the CRM. We've chatted about that. I'll tell you what I'll do. Since we're talking about launch ads, I'll share screen and I'll show you a couple of ads that I've run lately. Let's go here first and see if I can get into launch ads, which is why we were supposedly here in the first place. I'm sorry, Greg, don't fire me. Here's an ad we're running to a it's a free consultation, and we're just starting. We just started this ad yesterday, and so it's got like almost no stats yet. So Wednesday, I guess, so 2 days ago. But here are my stats. 32 cents is great for the CPC, but $1.50 we've not. This is rising. This started out at about 30 cents. And this is what I always tell people on this call is let it run for at least 3 days. 5 days would be great because you can really find out what's happening. But on day one, and even yesterday I checked, it was only like, it was it might have been like 0.79. What we're shooting for with Facebook is 1.75 and higher. So clearly we haven't reached that yet. But because I'm kind of watching it and I know it's rising, it's all good. We're gonna let this thing fly. And this is just a traffic ad to get people to the site. 133 conversions means that 133 people clicked and went to the site. Again, we don't have any conversions over there, but I'm not trying to get conversions actually at this point. First thing we needed to do was get the right people to see the site. And then we're going to go back and do retargeting and lookalike audiences and things like that. But our cost per million is really nice. Or 1,000, I guess, but CPM. I always say cost per million. Because it's $7 is the Facebook benchmark. So we're well below that. We're not paying too much for our traffic. And then you can go to the optimization and insights, and you can see the best performing combination. So this is when these three are put together, they perform better than any other three that are put together. That's the split testing, Nita, that you were asking about. It's putting all of these ads in different combinations, and it's finding the one that works. And then even at another granular detail, we can go down here to the primary texts, and here we can see that one has a 4.04. So that one is, have you been suffering in silence with knee pain? You deserve better. So this tells us that primary text, this primary text, don't let knee pain hold you back, and this primary text, thousands of Bay as residents trusted the Golden State Medical Center. You can see that their click-through rate here in this column is 4, 3.5, and 3.3. So those would be great if we can reach that CTR on the overall ad. And then the headlines, the same thing. So we've got 3 that are doing decent here, and you can always hover over them to see what they are. And then we go to our images, and this one image right here, 4.2% versus 0.5 and 0.9. These are the best ones we have, and you can see this one here is outperforming everything. So this image is, you can see it there, and it's got knee pain relief on. Interesting that this image with this brace and this little machine is the one that's working the best. This is just what you learn when you start running ads. You start saying, oh, look, this is what people click on. And then we have 2 videos. One is at 6.25%. This video, I don't know if I can play it for you or not. This video is like 4 words, 5 words or something, and they just come across the screen. And this video is at 6.25%. And then this second one is, this one also is just a little graphic that comes up on the page. So those are the things. And then when I click on optimizations, I don't know about anybody else, but this is all it's been telling me lately. It's supposed to show me what it changes, what changes it made, but I don't know if we don't have it running long enough or what, but I'm not seeing anything down there. But that is just one of the ads, and we can go to audience. Obviously, California is winning because that's the only place we're sending traffic. But demographics, this is helpful, and this is what we would absolutely expect for knee pain problems, is that the older we get, the more people are clicking on this thing. But again, we've got the best click-through rate is our 65 and over crowd. And yeah. There's an example of an actual ad that's running. Here, I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll show you the landing page as well, that we're sending people to. It's very simple. Let's see, sites. There's that, which is good, right? We got the image that's given us the best click through is right on the page. Schedule your consultation today. Here's Dr. Newman's wife telling you about what you can get, and FAQs, schedule your consultation, and that's it. So just one of the things we're running. By the end of next week, I should have really good data, and maybe we'll have a conversion by then. We'll see.
I have a question about objectives.
Yeah.
You know, when it asks like traffic or lead generation or conversions, I don't really understand. I mean, it's like, obviously all you care about is sales, right?
Right. Right.
So like, I don't really understand what the purpose of that question is.
It's a good question. And it's much better answered by Greg, but I'll tell you what I think. And this is what I'm learning from Greg, because again, I didn't come into this as an ads guru. I became an ads guru by using launch ads, but strategy wise, I think this is the way I understand it. So when you're starting out, like in this case with this chiropractor, when you're starting your ads, you got to run traffic first, because traffic is the least expensive way to buy. To pay for ads, the least expensive ads, meaning you reach a lot more people with a traffic ad than you do with a conversion ad. So why is that? Why is it cheaper? Because it's much easier for Facebook to get people to see your ad than it is to get the people who are likely to convert to see your ad. Does that make sense? Like if you, yeah, you're right. We all want to purchase. That's what we're looking for. But Facebook knows who buys and who doesn't. So what you've done is, when you say, I want to run a conversion ad and I'm looking for a purchase, or even a lead generation ad. So you got these billions of people out there, and a huge portion of them, they just look at stuff. They never actually sign up for anything. They literally, that's all they do is scroll, and they might tap on it, but they're not people that are going to give you a lead or buy from you. And they're not interested in the stuff you're selling. But we can get people to look at the ad, and what that does is, so if we pay less money to get 1,000 people to look at our ad, and 1,000 look at it, only 100 click on it, well, that'd be a great CTR. Okay, only only 50 click on it. That's still a great CTR. But the point is, what happened, and when those 50 or 25 or 12 or however many it is, when those people clicked on it, we learned who likes our ad. So now, so what we do traffic ads for is to tune our pixel so that when we go back for the next one, Facebook is started to learn who will respond to our ads and to our product. So that when we go to the conversion ads, which cost more, they're harder to find the right people. We're not doing it in this broad scatter way of looking for people to look at our ads. We're much more targeted because we've taken the time to run traffic ads for the pixel to understand who they should be reaching.
So when you specify which kind of ad you're running, that determines how they're going to show it and what it's going to cost you.
Yeah, essentially, yes. What it really determines is Facebook's algorithm is a little bit different for each of those. So again, if you think about if my goal, if I walk out to the little shopping center right next door here, if my goal is to talk to 100 people just to see how many might be interested in something, that's going to be a lot easier than to find 100 people who really are interested in what I'm selling. So it's going to take me a lot more time, going to cost much more money. If time is money, it's going to cost a lot more money to find the people who are actually interested. But if I go out to the shopping center and I do that first pass for 100 people, and what I discover is that the people who are near these stores have much more interest in what I'm selling. When I go out to find people to actually buy something, I'm going to go to those stores and hang out in that area. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it's still a little fuzzy, but it's starting to, that definitely helps.
Yeah. Again, that's my pea brain way of understanding it. And again, I would never, Greg for weeks has come on here about this time, and he does a session where he would be very clear on that answer. But he's been in Peru, and again, I'm not positive I think he's back, but I'm not sure. But that's a great question, Lee, to come back and show up here late in the hour. And if you catch Greg, he would love to vamp on that because that's his wheelhouse.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. And you helped me put together my own little picture that I can use when I'm working with customers. Because I'll say to them, okay, we're going to start with traffic, but I've never actually put it into that kind of a picture so they understand.
Yeah.
Usually when people want me to run ads for them, they're like, okay, whatever, just get me some customers.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's call it a day. We've vamped and found things to talk about for 47 minutes, according to my calculations. And it's been great.
But yeah, it's good connecting with you again.
Yeah, nice to hear from you. Looking forward to seeing how that page rolls out. And I'm going to look up that whole eyebrow thing because I think you might be doing something much more complicated than you need to there. It looks like it.
I thought so too. It was just, I think I came across it on some GHL video or something. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, here. Okay. So I just found a little, I'm going to do a little research. Increasing headline clicks with eyebrow text. So I'm going to do a little research on that after the call.
The other thing, just very briefly, that I found that you need to use CSS for, which is kind of annoying, is just to align bullets.
No, that's not true.
You have a way to align bullets without CSS?
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. I've never had an issue with it, so I'm not sure how you're doing it, but I'll just go in and show you. All right, let's go to in his account. I don't want to do anything in his account. Let's go to mine. All right, now Oh yeah, yeah. I'm like, why am I seeing stock trading? Oh yeah, that's the one that I just dummied up a few minutes ago. I thought I was in your account. I was like, wait, I'm not even in my account. All right, let's go in here, and you want to put some bullets in. So we'll put them right here. And click. I'm gonna click the plus, and I'm gonna grab a bullet list. And here's some stuff. First bullet, second bullet, third bullet. I mean, they're lined up. What?
Yeah, that's obviously easy. Where I run into trouble is like if I have a headline centered across the width of the page, and then I want to put bullets underneath it. They tend to like you can't get them centered without adding some CSS.
Oh no. Okay. I know what you mean. All right, let's do this. I know what you mean. Okay. So did I just add that or not? I don't think I added it. Sections. We just put a full width section in here. Why is it? Where is it putting it? All right, it's down here for whatever reason. So we'll put ourselves a big old headline in here, and then we're gonna put our bullets. Now, here's what I'm gonna do, and this might be what the trick. I could add the bullets under the headline, the bullet list. And here's your problem, right?
Yeah.
They're all on the left, and you're trying to get them moved so they're more centered, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so here's what I would do. Instead of doing it this way, I would add another row. Okay.
I've tried a 3-column row, and
Nope.
so that I can put.
Nope, you don't
space
need
on either
to.
side.
Nope. All right. And I've done all of that as well, probably early on. Okay, so now we got the same issue, but here's something you can do with rows that you might not know about. With a row, you can reduce the size. And you see how the whole row stays centered.
Yeah. Yeah. I guess that is the secret.
That's the secret. Yep. Because we could align it left, right, or center, but now I can let's see. Whoops. I don't know what I just did. I think I just undid. Oh no, I moved it out of that. This is, I'm telling you, I think that might be some, I could be wrong, but I'm pretty certain I was never grabbing things and moving them like this before. That seems new, but I would never declare that because I'm new enough to high level that I could just be out of my league. All right, so let's go pull this back. We'll go like that. And then I'm just going to grab some longer text. So, yeah, I mean, at that point, I can, depending on how wide, and and if my text is longer, of course, I can make this wider. If I want to keep it to one row, I can make it really narrow. But I think that's your answer.
All right, I'll play with that. I'll have
no
to see
CSS involved.
Yeah, there was some reason that I needed CSS, and now I'm a little fuzzy on exactly what it was. But I'll try this as an alternative. Thanks.
Yeah, I mean, because I noticed on your page, actually, I noticed a section where your bullets were not lined up, and I didn't say anything. But yeah.
Those were intended to be sub bullets, but I know it's a little funky looking.
Oh, I see. You had like a sub bullet under the main bullets. Gotcha.
Yeah. Yeah. See, not a designer.
I'm telling you, I have an amazing designer, and every time I send something to her and she gets it back to me in a week and it looks like amazing stuff, I'm like, man, I'm so thankful I didn't dig into that and try to build that.
Yeah, I need
All
that.
right, guys, it's been good. It's great to catch up. Nita, you got anything to add? You get the last word today.
No, I am good.
Okay, good. All right, well then I'm going to end the meeting and see you guys next week.
Yep.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
Kevin.
See ya.